Hello, my friends. Welcome to I Quilt Too. My name is TeresaLouise, and today is Sunday, January 18th, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Just in case you wanted to know all that. Hope everybody is doing well. This is live, so we have people in the chat that I will say hello to in just a second. Hope everybody's well. I think I said that already. It's a beautiful day here again. We've been having beautiful weather. Sunny weather. Not much snow. It is cold, down in the 20s at night. Close, something in the 40s during the day, but very sunny. So that's always good, right? So let the party begin. That's funny. That's right. Let's get the party in. Sorry, I'm having a itchy nose problem here. I don't know what the heck's going on. Okay, let's see who we have here. Hello, Nanette. Hello, Polly. Hello, Donna B. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Janet. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Eastern Oregon. Frozen fog. Ooh, that's not good. Don't like that. Hello, Linda. Hi, Joan. Hello, Geraldine. Good to see everybody. So I think that's everybody so far. So glad you could join me today. Working on the horse. I think most of you already know this, but I will just, in case somebody's new. This is called The Horse. It is a pattern by Emily Taylor of Collage Quilter. Here is the black and white. I got Willa up here, of course, today, who is 9 on a bone. If you guys can hear that, I apologize. But, she was sleeping until I started talking, and then now it's bone time. But that's just how she is. Okay, so yeah, this is the pattern. And it comes with instructions. It does not come with fabric. I do not think that this is available right now, but I saw something about she may be going to print out more and release it again. So you could go over to her website and probably sign up or send her an email, let her know that you're interested, and so you can get on the list anyway. And I've got to go get me a tissue. Hold on a second. I can't take it anymore. Sorry about that. I think I'm allergic to fabric. So every time I come up in the sewing room, my nose starts itching. Is anybody else like that? Hi, Pam. Hello, Mary. Everybody says hello, Willa. Okay, Jamie. Got to feed the chickens and dogs. I wish I was in an area where, I mean, I could have chickens, but I don't really want to shovel snow to get to the chicken coop. Plus, I would feel really bad if it got too cold. I'd have to bring them in the house. Hello, Susan. Oh, that sounds good. Chicken noodle soup. Yeah, fabric dust. Yes, I finished the Wandering Geese borders. Yep, all done. Ready to go. I just need to hand those off to the next person. Yay. And then they can put all the borders on. So there'll be the Wandering Geese borders around like a panel, but it's, you know, put together, but similar to a panel with a picture of a big moose, you know, not as big as this horse is, but it's pretty big. And it was done with an applique. I mean, it's similar to collage in that you have a variety of fabrics, but they are already like a pattern, like my other horses were. So they were patterned for that with the pieces should be a certain color. I mean, you know, everything was more, this is how you do it, do this, do that. Whereas this horse is really a lot more just, you know, you pick your own collage fabrics and cut away and put them where you want. Anyway, so the Wandering Geese will go around that. And then we have Bear Claws border that will go around that. And then I think that'll make it about close to 90 inches square, depending on how many little borders or sashings or whatever they use in it. So hopefully it will be done in another couple of weeks, and then I can share it with you guys. It's really going to be a striking quilt. And it, like I said before, it's a quilt that is for a raffle quilt for our sewing group that we do every 2 years. So, okay. Hello, Linda D. How are you doing? Hi, Gladys. How are you? Did I miss anybody? I hope not. I'm having a hard time seeing the computer today. Maybe it's a little too far away. Okay, so back to this. I have been up here working on it a little bit, and just to let you know what I have for tools, I have tweezers, very sharp tweezers. I have my scissors. These scissors are for this type of project. So paper, because it does have fusible on the back of the fabric, and so that's going through paper. So you want to have a pair of scissors that you feel good about using with paper and fabric. I have a couple of different pencils if I need them. I like to use my little iron. This is a Clover iron that I just got off of Amazon. It's a craft iron. What I like about this one, it does get pretty hot, so if it's too hot, it'll burn your fabric. Okay, ask me how I know that. But it has a little switch here for on and off, and then another switch for the temperature. So this is great. The only thing is I didn't really like the stand that it comes with. So it was always falling over. So I just use a little dish like this. And it holds it just fine. I do like that it has this protective shield around it, although it doesn't, cover the whole thing. So you must be very careful with these, or you will get burnt. Okay, so there's that. Then, of course, I have my fabrics. I have a cup of tea. It is peppermint, in case you were wondering. Hello, Melanie. I'm making chicken dumplings for dinner. So we had, day before yesterday, had a roasted chicken, whole chicken, roasted. Those are very good. But of course, there's leftovers, so I'm going to pick it apart today and make chicken and dumplings. So, hello, June. Doesn't that sound good? That is one of my favorite dishes, chicken and dumplings. Okay. The other thing I did was all the fabrics that I'm using for this project. I've just been cutting, I have sheets and I've just been cutting out as I go. Well, the other day I thought, why don't I just take all of these downstairs and pre-cut everything? So that's what I did. So I just cut in random shapes like this. Okay. And they're big enough to where I could still cut again. So for instance, there's one. And these are all my number 1 fabrics, so what I consider the lightest fabrics that I have. So I could still cut them down smaller if I need to. I really wouldn't want to go much bigger than this. It's up to you, but I wouldn't really want to go much bigger than that. Definitely can go smaller, but not super small either. But like here's another piece, and just weird shapes, okay? Just weird shapes. So I did that to all of the fabrics. So that's what I call my number 1 fabric, because it is the lightest. And then on my work table right now, I have number 2 and number 3, because that is what I'm working on right now. So this pattern doesn't number the sections for you. So I overlaid the whole thing with parchment paper. Then I traced out the pattern on top of the parchment paper, and I numbered it, the sections. Okay, so I have 1 through 6. Now, and I know I've talked about this before, but we do have new people, and they like to know what's going on, right? So for each section, like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, for each section, there's not just one fabric. There could be, 3, at least 3, but I have like somewhere up to 6 different fabrics that are all the same kind of shade for number 1. Same thing for number 2. So in each section, you're still getting that collage of different fabrics, but they're all kind of the same shade, all the same lightness or darkness. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on right now. I haven't worked on this since the last time we were live together, so I'm pretty much, you know, right where we were before. No progress. Oh, yeah, I do like ham potato soup. Yes, that is really good. Did I see? Well, somebody's saying hi to Brenda, so I think Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to bring that computer up closer because I cannot see the chat. I'm having a bad eye day, you guys. And I will bring you guys over closer here too so you can see the project. Okay, so why don't I just go ahead and do that now so you're a little closer. Get ready, I'm going to lift the camera. Okay. Okay, so I hope you guys having a good day. Is anybody working on anything right now? Like you doing any sewing or cross stitch or hand sewing or any of that kind of stuff? Um, the other thing I did after I cut out all my pieces into little squares is I piled them, spread them out, piled them, you know, on the table, and then I took a picture of them and I really looked at the fabric because for some reason you can just tell, you can see it better in a picture, lights and darks and stuff like that. And if there was anything too light or too dark, I took it out. Um, all right, so because you know this is my lightest fabric right here, and there's not that much difference between 1 and 2. So this is where I'm starting on 2. But, you know, I'm okay with it blending in, especially when the, you know, the colors are so close. So don't want to get too picky. The pickier you get, the longer the project is going to take. Hi, Joe. How are you doing? And hi, Terry. Good to see ya. Joyce is back and forth between Deb's and Lori's sew-along. Boy, there's a lot of sew-alongs this year. Susan, I have my knitting needles, busy making a sweater for a friend. Oh, very nice. And everybody's saying hi to each other, which is awesome. And thank you, Jamie, for putting in some links to other channels. Very nice of you. And Pam is embroidering a longhorn on top of a Texas quilt. Oh, cool. Okay, so back to work. I am using a little bit of pops of purple in this quilt. Imagine that. Just here and there for the fun of it. Okay. So I'm just going to pick up the pieces that I've already cut and see if I can find spots for it. And so far, it's going pretty good. So I think that is going to work out much faster, and you know, it was just something I could do while I was sitting downstairs watching TV. Just cut fabric randomly, like little puzzle pieces. And then I just go around and see where I would like to put it. And sometimes I might have to cut it. Which is fine. And a lot of my pieces have leaves and other designs in it. So I kind of think about how the horse's hair is laid out, and I try to keep the leaves or other motion going in the direction I think it should go in, if that makes sense. So now it really is like putting a puzzle together, because, you know, I have the pieces cut already. And so I look at an area and I'm like, where's that piece at? Oh, that add a quarter ruler is extremely helpful. Hi, Suzanne. Hello, Mona. I don't know if my computer screen needs to be cleaned or my glasses. Blurry eyeballs today. So yeah, now I just go around and see where I can fit, where I want pieces to fit in. And just keep working that way. Just keep going. It was a little dark for where I want it. Yeah. Okay, let's see about this one. Hey, good stuff. Doing dishes. Never tried FPP. And Joe is trying her best to get you guys to try it. Yeah, you should try it. Oh, Cindy, that sounds nice. She says, I'm working on a pattern called American Vintage, made from 3.5-inch square and a square block in red, white, and blue fabrics. Oh, very nice. I love just a square quilt, a quilt made with just squares like that. That one I did was 3.5-inch squares. Teresa, are you going to use similar colors for the rest of the horse? Yes, wherever it says number 2, then those fabrics will be used there. So I have, here's a number 2, number 2, number 2, a small spot over here, number 2, 2, 2, and then that's it. And then I also have a spot for number 3 right in here, a number 3 colors. So those will be a little darker. And then I have another spot here for number 4. So that'll be even more dark. And then number 5. And also that moves up here. I have a number 2 here, number 3 here, number 2 here. So in each of those sections, yes, it'll be the same fabric. Okay, let's see. Thank you, June. Yeah, it's going a little bit faster since I pre-cut a lot of these fabrics. And the best way to get your fabric off of here is fold this back towards the paper. And then you just peel that right off. Fold it back on the paper. And, you know, you need to overlap these a little bit. And sometimes you end up overlapping quite a bit, and that's okay, you know, wherever it can fit. And then this is why I always save my little pieces, is because you always end up with these little spots. So I almost have this all filled in. That one definitely is too dark. Dropping pieces all over the floor. Oh, that's a good idea, Joyce. She says, I found a very basic picture of a chicken in a coloring book, and I'm going to try this. Yeah, that's a great idea. You might want to try an inanimate object first, like a teapot or a lamp or fruit. Hi, Amy. Very good to see you. Let's see. Kathy wants to know if I'm going to participate in the Socialites 3 or any sew-alongs. I haven't decided. I'm kind of thinking about it. I'm looking around to see if I might do some sort of sew-along. I am kind of been thinking about that Alice in Wonderland sew-along that a lot of people are doing on YouTube. I found the book over on Amazon, but I think you can also get it at a quilt store. And yeah, so yeah, I still need to look around and see if there's something. The thing I like about that Alice in Wonderland is I can pick the blocks I want to do, because there's like 100 blocks in that quilt. So, all right. Oh, your dad, Amy's dad, is napping, so she gets to sew. That's nice. Yeah, my husband is napping. So I get to sew too. Or do this. Yeah, save that for something else. Okay, let's see. What am I looking for? I need a number 2 right here. Might do another polka dot. Cut off that point. Okay, fold it back on the paper, and that just peels right off. And then I need another small piece for right here. That's too small. This one will work, I think. Yeah, that kind of lined up with that other one, so that worked out good. Yeah, Cindy, I agree. She said she bought the Alice in Wonderland on Kindle, and I'm only going to do some of the blocks. There are way too many to do all of them. Yeah, and I don't want that pressure, you know, because, yeah, the one thing about a sew along is sometimes you could feel, you know, pressure, and I don't want that. I don't need no stress, right? So just pick and choose the blocks you want to do. And you certainly can do all 100 blocks if you want to, but yeah, I'm just going to pick the ones I want, and then hopefully they all go together. I bought the Farmer's Daughter book years ago to do, and I got it out recently. I was going to do it, and the disc that came with it is broke. Oh no, that's not good. Oh, and the wrapper is still on the book. Probably put something heavy on it. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, maybe try to contact them and see if there's something they can do to help you out. Oh, yeah, that's too bad. And, you know, the other thing is a lot of these laptops don't even have a place for, you know, your disc. They don't have a disc player. So I would get, if you have a laptop with a disc player, get all your stuff copied over to one of those little fobs or whatever they call those things. Yeah, Erica's block of the month, that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, one block a month isn't too bad. I don't think I want to do a block a week. A block a month is good enough too. Hey Jan, how are you doing? Okay, let's see. So I still have a number 2 up here. Okay, now I can move up here or here. Is that all number 2s? Yeah. And I have a number 1 right there on the tip of the nose. I need to move this pin. Okay. Let's see what I need over here. I think that'll work out fine. This is a pretty big piece, but it has a lot of different colors in it, so I think it'll be all right. Try to make that more like the edge of the nose there. I can always go back in later and trim this whole nose up to the right shape. Moving right along. And I have a little piece right there. No, that might be too big. No, I think that'll work. Okay, then I have a white number 1, so I need to get my other fabrics out. And let's see. I think this one will work. Try to make it the shape of the nose there. And because this is number 1, it's got to go under number 2. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. So I just slide that under this other piece of fabric. I like the lightest to be on the bottom. It just looks better that way to me. So now I have a little teeny piece right there. And that could be either one, either color. So small it's probably not going to make that big of a difference. And it actually could even be a little piece of purple. Especially if it's really white, light purple. So I'm just going to cut me a piece. Almost looks like the horse has flower petals falling down on top of the horse's nose. Purple flower petals. See? Use your imagination. The horse was out grazing in the wildflowers and little purple flower petals stuck all over its head. Okay, so the rest of this could be number 3. So I still have a little section up here for number 2. Quite a bit of section right here. So I will just go ahead and keep going since I have my number 2 fabrics out. Just keep on going with that. Oh, thank you, Linda. She's checking in every once in a while making dinner. The horse is looking good. Thank you very much. Okay, back up here now. What I should do is pull this horse down further. But it's good for me to stand up every now and then, right? Okay, so I think I really like this polka dot. And this one is pretty big, so I don't really need it to be that big. hole right there. There. Let's see. That'll be fine. And then up here, let's see, right there. Sometimes I kind of cut the shape out, like this is a leaf. So I just cut that leaf shape out. And yeah, that makes it look kind of cool. And I just kind of try to match it up with the other fabrics around it. Okay, and then I have another little piece right here. Terry, it is clover. Clover Needlecraft model 9100. And I got it off of Amazon. And it also has temperature control here, low, medium, and high. And then on the cord, it has an on and off roller deal. And I like it too because it has this guard around the iron deal. Yeah, you got to be really careful with those because it's easy to get yourself burnt. Let's see. Is that a, doesn't really matter much. And then you just hope that these little teeny pieces don't fall off when you're quilting it. They shouldn't. Okay, let's see what the... Not since we had the sewing days, Kathy. What's that been? Over a week now? We had 2 sewing days. I'm not sure when they're going to schedule more sewing days. Hopefully soon. Oh, that's great, Joe. Joe bought the iron cleaner that I have. Iron Magic works awesome. It does. Yeah. Where do I have that? And I have tried several cleaners. So Magic Iron Cleaner, because the back of your iron gets really dirty, as you can see. So turn that up on high. And this is what I got last time I cleaned the iron. Look at that. Okay. So I just get a paper towel. Okay. Take a little bit of iron cleaner. Put a little dollop on there. Alrighty. Here we go. And it really, I have to push harder, so. Alright. That's where it's still dirty, but okay, I'll do it again. Still dirty, so I'm going to do it again. But this is the best cleaner I have found for this iron. You get a lot of, so I'll put it on a clean spot. You get a lot of dye and glue stuck on these irons, so expect that. Roll it around on there. And then really press it down. Okay, there's the next spot I just did. So it's getting cleaner. Clean enough. I mean, I still got a little bit of spots, but that's all right. I only use this iron for these kind of projects, so there is that. But you do, I'm glad you said something, Joe, because you should clean this off periodically. Otherwise, you're going to get your white fabric dirty. You don't want to do that. And then I just rub it on a dry spot just to, you know, get all the product off of there. So yeah, it works pretty good. Well worth the money. Hey, Donna. Yeah, you only need a little dab. It goes a long way. I probably used too much there, but. Yeah, I had a towel that I was using, but I think it's downstairs in the laundry. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? Walmart, Amazon carry the iron cleaner and fabric stores. Yep. I got mine in a sew sampler box, but you can get it on Amazon or, like Donna said, Walmart or fabric stores. I'm not really sure how much it cost. My guess would be around 12 bucks or so. It is made in the USA. Imagine that. All right, back to work here. A little spot coming up. Thank you, Mona, for putting in links. I appreciate that. Sorry if I've missed any of your comments. I'll look at the chat here for a minute, and if you want me to read something that I missed, just go ahead and type it now. Joe said, I didn't realize how dirty my iron was until I used that. I know, right? I do use it on my bigger iron every now and then. And yeah, it's like, oh boy, I didn't know you were dirty. Brandon's doing pretty good. He's doing all right. The swelling in his hands are pretty much gone, and the bruising from when he fell down. I think he's being a little more careful too. So yeah, he is taking a nap right now, but that's like normal Brandon daily thing that he does. So I need to get him out and go and do something. I was thinking about, since we're going to have these nicer days for a while, and sometimes there are areas down along the river that are even warmer, and I was thinking about having us go down and take the metal detector down to the camping areas and do some metal detecting for the day. Maybe take a lunch. Get him out of the house, you know. Hi, Judy. How are you doing? Okay. Let's see. That's number 3. Hold on here. So I'm back. I'm still up here. Oh, Snoopy. That's funny, Joyce. She said her and her husband used to have a metal detector too. It is a lot of fun, you know. I mean, I think we'd take the fishing poles, but according to the fishing calendar, it's not a good time to fish right now. So, but as soon as that changes, take him fishing. And now that his hands are working again, he should be able to fish. Because I have a few frozen fish in the freezer, trout, but we need a couple of more to make it a dinner. You know what I mean? Oh, what is the oldest item I've ever found? Oh boy, old nails. Does that count? We usually find like pennies, dimes, quarters, but they're not that old because of the camping area. Find a lot of tinfoil because when people go camping, they take tinfoil. So yeah, find a lot of tinfoil. But luckily, I can set my metal detector to bypass certain things, so that kind of helps. Oh, yeah, find a lot of garbage, buried beer cans. I wish the park places did better with providing garbage areas, because a lot of people that camp will just either bury their garbage or they just all leave it all in the fire pit, and then animals come around and drag it all over the place. We found an old rabbit-eared double-barrel shotgun buried about 6 inches under the ground one time. Oh my goodness. I never found anything that good. We used to go look for gold panning, dredging, stuff like that a lot uh, years ago. And it was a lot of fun. Oh man, I'll tell you, when you see gold in your gold pan for the first time, you get gold fever, or at least I did. Uh, you get all excited, and then you just want to keep looking, keep going. We spent like a good month out camping one time, and Brandon actually had a compressor and diving gear because, you know, he used to be a commercial diver, so he has all that kind of stuff. And um, so he had a dredge, so get himself all set up there and dive in the water and dredge around rocks and stuff, and then all that gets sucked up and into his dredge, and then it, you know, then you once a day clean out your dredge and see if you have any gold. A lot of fun. And he taught me how to dive, which really scared me the first time I did it. So he didn't, okay, he's not the best trainer. Let me just say that. Uh, so I put on the diving helmet. I had to show you guys the pictures sometime. Um, and and I go down into the water, and all of a sudden, all of the water is wrapping in around my head, you know. And so that freaked me out. So up I come. I'm like, there's water coming in. And he says, oh, well, you're supposed to get some water in, but it still seals around your face, right? Seals around your face like so, but then the water is like you can still getting in your ears and stuff. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that? So after I knew that, then I was good to go. and I did much better. And I had a lot of fun. It was a fun month. And we did find gold. In fact, I still have some of the gold we found. And Brandon had a necklace made for me out of a nugget that we found. I'll have to show it to you sometime. It's really pretty. A little nugget, not a big nugget. Yeah, pull tabs. Find a lot of pull tabs. Okay, Mona, see you later. Oh, sounds like you shell hunting. Yeah, I like shell hunting and looking for rocks. I can walk along the river and just look for pretty rocks for hours. Or certain shaped rocks. I like rocks that are round or egg shaped, and I bring them home and I put them in my flower beds. So by the end of summer, my floorboard in my car is just full of rocks. Brandon's like, "Are you ever going to take these rocks out of here?" Although now that he knows that they are for the flower beds, he takes them out, puts them around the trees, stuff. Around the tree beds. And I was like, I wonder what happened to all my rocks. And then I found them. That one turned out good. I like that. Keep on going. Yeah, we used to do a lot of camping when we were younger. And, regular camping with a tent. Then we would try air mattresses, and we had all kinds of camping boxes with all our supplies in it. And can't do that anymore. I mean, I could if I had to, but I really do not want to do that. You know what I mean, ladies? Yeah, that can kind of like that piece right there. Kind of an oddball piece, shaped really strange. But it's got light and a dark in it where yeah, I don't know, I just kind of like it there. Because it has the shade of number 3 and number 2 in it. Oh, yeah, well, I didn't have to do that, Jamie. Jamie said they camped too in a tent, even with her daughter drinking a bottle and in a diaper. Oh, yeah, fun. You know, I loved cooking on open fire, you know, camp cooking. Just seemed like the food tasted so much better um, on an open flame like that. And I'd always take my Dutch oven. I could make, you know, get a stew going, things like that. Let's see. And then just set it on the coals, and let it cook all day in the Dutch oven. And you could make biscuits, and you could make a dessert in your Dutch oven. And then, of course, I had all kinds of grills and stuff like that to set over the fire pits. And Joan has been lurking. Just finished a quilt top that granddaughter pieced together. We are ready to quilt it as soon as my singer gets fixed. Oh, how cool. Yeah, that is neat. I'm glad your granddaughter is sewing with you. All right, let's see. Looks like I have part of a 1 right here. So, but this is says it's a 2. We'll see. Let me see. Need a different fabric. I also do things like hunting camp, you know. It would either be fishing camp or hunting camp or my whole family likes to camp, or they used to, you know. So sometimes we'd get together for family reunions and everybody camp out somewhere for a week. That was always a lot of fun. My parents really loved fishing and camping. We camped a lot when I was a kid. So much that I got sick of it. Especially as I got, you know, to be a teenager. You know, I had more important things to do than go camping. I'm not sure what. Hang out with my friends. Stuff like that. Teenager stuff. But luckily then I got a boyfriend who liked to go camping. And his parents liked to camp too. All right. What do I need? Another little piece right here. Oh, actually, that's a fairly big piece that I need. That should work. Yeah, used to be pretty outdoorsy. All right. I think that's the, oh, is that? is a piece there that's pretty light. All right. And it's supposed to be white right there, so I'll just go ahead and leave it for now. Looks like I need a little piece right there. Almost ready to switch over to color number 3. Yeah, when me and my family got together, my mom and dad, you know, were old enough to where they really needed a camper. But it was, you know, those old-fashioned campers, right? But the rest of us, like Brandon and I, showed up with our tent and stuff. So, but I remember when, and I still think it's a little more popular now to have motorhomes and nice campers to go camping. But I still think, you know, do you call that camping? You know, that's not camping. But to me, that's camping now. Linda said, my kids grew up camping and outdoors. When they grew up and planned a camping trip with the in-laws, they showed up in a motorhome, and that burst my bubble. The dad wanted to watch sports. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, that's the one thing, you know, we don't do. We don't take a device so that we can watch sports. And the places that we go camping, we don't even get the internet. So we would have to take something that's pre-recorded. Pudgy pies? I don't know what that is. Is that like a mud pie? No, I don't like s'mores. So no. Nope. I don't really like marshmallows unless like, uh-oh. I think I lost my internet. Well, I'm going to have to go, you guys. I'm losing my stuff. So it's not going to last but maybe a few more seconds, looks like. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time. You guys all take care. Blessings to you all. And get out there and be crafty. Okay? Bye for now. Love you guys.